A journey to the very heart of the jungle to confront the Lord of the Forest. A secretive and elusive spirit, the Jaguar. And a journey of discovery for one young man as he explores the spirit world to take a role by his father's side as a shaman. This is his quest to become the Jaguar Man. Through the mist, a vast wilderness appears, a sea of green that stretches as far as the eye can see. The heart of the jungle, the lush tropical rainforests of South America. This impenetrable and mysterious landscape first appeared 60 million years ago and still harbors many unique and ancient life forms that very few people are lucky enough to see. It's a magical paradise where millions of species of plant and animals live, as they have for millions of years. But there is a hunter in paradise. Stealthily, the tracker moves in on his quarry, using his knowledge of the forest as his forefathers did before him. He has a peccary in his sights. But he senses that he's being watched. He feels the piercing stare of one of the gremlins of the forest. The strange little creature seems to beat a warning drum to the peccary against the trunk of a tree. The pygmy marmoset is believed to be an evil spirit of the jungle. Its appearance is an omen, a warning. The tracker won't hunt again today. The world of the Quichua Indians is one of magic and mystery, ruled by the spirits of the forest. The haunted forest lies in the center of Ecuador, a country the size of Italy, where the vast forests of the Amazon basin collide with the towering Andes, ancient mountains reaching more than 6,000 meters into the equatorial sky. In the heart of this magical kingdom, on the banks of the Rio Napo, live the Quichua people. The hunter from the forest, Venancio, is a local witch doctor, or yachak. The Quichua people live in a spiritual world of demons and lucky charms. Venancio's encounter was a sign, he believes, that a great spirit has entered the forest, and now he must take his son, Angel, on a voyage of self-discovery to commune with the revered ghosts of the jungle. All animals have their own spirits, but some are believed by the Quichua to have special properties. The quest will take them in search of one of the rarest spirits of all. Venancio traces its outline in the sand. They hope to find the flame bird, the secretive crimson topaz. This trip will mark the beginning of Angel's transition into manhood. He will learn the ways of the forest and follow in his father's footsteps, as many generations have before him, to become the next shaman, the next Jaguar Man. Venancio marks the occasion by passing to his son a necklace to symbolize the handing down of knowledge and the start of a quest. Tomorrow will be a big day, not only for Angel in the important challenges that lie ahead, but also for the old witch doctor. He has the responsibility of ensuring his skills and knowledge are passed on to the next generation of Quichua. To prepare himself for the quest, he creates a cocktail of forest ingredients, creating a drink that will take him closer to the spirit world. Ayahuasca, a jungle vine, forms the bulk of the concoction. This plant has powerful psychoactive properties similar to LSD, inducing a hallucinogenic state. The shaman blends and boils his magical tea to help him commune with the spirit world. He begins his meditation. Within minutes, his thoughts begin to cloud. In his mind, he's making his way through the spirit world. In his mind's eye, he's greeted by ghosts of the animal kingdom. He powers upwards, through the clouds, revealing vast wings soaring through the sky. This is a master of the air and god of the mountains. In the greatest heights of the Andes, the vast grasslands form a barren wilderness, where few people venture. It's a tough and hostile environment. Any opportunity has to be exploited if animals and people alike are to survive. The carcass of a horse is a valuable source of food and is soon spotted by intelligent eagle-like caracara. But soon they will be overshadowed by a lord, one of the mightiest spirits of them all. The largest flying bird in the world, the magnificent Andean condor. With wings spanning over 3 meters and weighing up to 15 kilos, they're the biggest flying creatures on Earth. It's not surprising that when people arrived on the continent 20,000 years ago, the enormous birds inspired in them awe and wonder. They became recognized as a godly embodiment of the sun and have continued to play an important role in the lives of South American people. They appear in the dreams of Shaman to heal the sick and predict the future. Its commune with Venancio is a blessing that will guide his journey and safeguard Angel, his son. Venancio's meditation lasts well into the night. At first light, father and son are ready to embark on their mission. Ready to begin their search for some of the ambassadors of the spirit world. Venancio will teach his son to become one with nature, to see the world through the eyes of the animals. He will learn to respect all life and to understand the natural hierarchy, as thousands of young shaman have before him. He will learn that all spirits have different and important roles to play in the forest. The first animals they pass have not yet left their cozy nest. But as the temperature slowly begins to rise, the coati family stirs. Angel is familiar with the coati. They are one of the few animals to live close to the village, and he's often stopped to watch their antics. They're one of the most lively and playful of the forest spirits. Coatis are relatives of the raccoon that live in large family groups of around 20. They play, warming themselves up. Soon they will set off en masse to forage for food. youngsters in the group seem perfectly at home in the trees, but they can get cocky, and not paying attention can lead to embarrassing or sometimes dangerous mistakes. The troop makes its way down to the ground. Coatis are omnivores that use their sensitive noses to root out food at all levels of the forest. Like the Quichua, they've learned to exploit the rich resources around them and forage for fruits, insects and small animals. They follow along the branches in single file, calling to one another to help keep the family together. Being part of a group will help protect them from danger. There are many predators that hunt in the shadows of the forest, and the coati will do well to stay on guard. The distinctive tails are now carried high like banners. With the group spread out in dense foliage, it's hard for the animals to see one another, but with their built-in flags aloft, none of the group will get lost. Coatis have a strict social structure and are often considered among the most intelligent animals on the continent, rivaling even the monkeys in their problem-solving capabilities. Angel won't stop to watch the playful coati today. He knows that ahead of him lie many extraordinary animals, some that he has never seen before. The striking sun grebe is just one example of the diverse bird life of the region. Ecuador houses 15% of the world's bird species, around 1,600 different types, in every shape and color. Shaman are known locally as Jaguar men. It is believed that when a shaman dies, his spirit will be reincarnated in the form of a magnificent jungle cat. When the legends were born, jaguars were common in the forest, but today they're scarce in Ecuador, and few people are lucky enough to see them. Nevertheless, their powerful spirits still seem to haunt the shadows of the forest. During his lifetime, Venancio has learned the ways of the forest. He knows where to find everything he needs. Now he must share that knowledge with his son. Like the local people, wildlife has had to learn to use natural remedies to maintain its health. Parrots, for example, must compensate for harmful toxins in their fruit diet. They do so by eating mineral-rich soil. It's the jungle's answer to an antacid tablet. Every day the birds flock in droves to this jungle pharmacist. Angel is enchanted. Like young parrots, he must learn to locate the best resources in the jungle. The chemist's most majestic customers glide overhead. Like so many local species, blue and gold macaws have come to play an important role in the lives of the local people. The macaw's role is more in death than life, as its beautiful plumage is highly desired for traditional ceremonial dress. Still, their spirits add to the color of the forest. The jungle is an intimidating landscape. The lush green vegetation is so thick that the rivers provide the only usable pathways through it. The tangle of branches also means that anything can be lurking in the undergrowth, unseen and ready to strike. But if Angel is to learn, they must venture into the humid darkness of the undergrowth. The spirits of the forest are always active. Dramas are played out at all levels. Not all are dramatic. Some are small and can pass unnoticed. A camouflaged hunter locks onto its victim. The vine snake has fangs at the rear of its mouth. It must chew into its prey to release the mild venom. Catching the prey was one thing, but consuming it is another. The skinny hunter dislocates its jaws and laboriously engulfs the hefty meal. The snake literally has an appetite bigger than its stomach. Its dinner creates a visible bulge as it's passing through the slender body. The snake doesn't seem too impressed to have its meal disturbed. They decide to leave the temperamental serpent to digesting its amphibian prey. Every corner of the forest seems to crawl with life. At more than 20 centimeters across, the bird-eating spider is one of the biggest in the world. From giant spiders to tiny monkeys, which with 30-centimeter bodies are not much bigger than the predatory arachnids. Squirrel monkeys are like little imps of the forest. Their spirits are full of mischief. These pigeon-sized primates live in large family groups of up to 40 and forage through the lower canopy for insects and fruit. The Quichua believe that their ancestors were forest-dwelling creatures with long tails. When God removed the tails, he created two new beings. The animals went on to become people, and their tails became the monkeys. The two have remained close ever since. Angel and his father stopped to watch the spirited little monkeys. The locals respect and admire their pint-sized cousins, but there are some animals here that can put fear into every other creature, including man. Venancio looks deep into the eyes of the cold-blooded giant, and the snake seems to return the icy stare. They appear to see deep into each other's souls. They are perhaps kindred spirits. The anaconda is the largest living snake on the planet, exceptionally reaching the incredible length of 10 meters. Their 250-kilo bodies are packed with muscle that they use to catch and subdue their prey. They feed on large animals such as deer and occasionally even humans, constricting them in their coils to suffocate their victims. Despite the potential danger, the Quichua won't kill anaconda. They're given the highest respect, as they are said to be embodiments of the spirits of witch doctors. Venancio tells his son that this master of the Amazon is a wise spirit to be respected at all times. Some animals of the jungle escape even the shaman's senses. A master of disguise lies concealed on the forest floor. The horned frog has an invisibility cloak. Its peculiar shape and drab color allow it to blend into the leaf litter. The visitors pass, ignorant of their meeting. Other inhabitants are less subtle in their passing. Venancio introduces his son to one of their most peculiar neighbors. With an elephant-like trunk, this ancient animal gives few clues to its ancestry. The Brazilian tapir is related to horses and rhinos. It has roamed the continent of South America virtually unchanged for 30 million years. The tapir is perfectly at home in the river and is never found far from water. The Quichua have lived alongside the tapir for eons. They usually leave their gentle plant-eating neighbor in peace. The presence of the ancient blundering tapir seems to have upset some of the residents overhead. The woolly monkey is one of the largest of the 50 or so monkeys in South America. They're active and agile plant eaters that travel through the canopy in large groups, hanging from their incredible prehensile tails. They have the most advanced monkey tails, acting as a fifth limb to aid locomotion. They have the unfortunate distinction of being the tastiest of the monkeys, and large numbers are shot and eaten. But thankfully the local people have a deep-rooted respect for the wildlife around them, and although they do hunt the woolies, they only take what they need. With their gentle, playful spirits, the woolly monkeys can look down on the other inhabitants of the forest. They can keep an eye on their human visitors. It's been a long day. Venancio prepares banana fronds to use as sleep mats. The evening air is alive with the spirits of the jungle. A strange tapping hangs in the air. The drumming marmoset seems to be keeping an eye on the shaman and his son, and continues to watch over them as the sun sets. Around the fire, Venancio and Angel discuss some of the lessons of the forest. Angel is beginning to understand the complexity of the spirit world. As he gazes into the flames, he begins to imagine the shapes of creatures dancing in the light. His mind turns to the greatest of them all, the elusive ghost of the forest. The Jaguar. He wonders, will he ever have the chance to meet this mystical creature? Shadows pass unseen in the night. There are gleaming eyes in the darkness. A great spirit is watching over the weary travelers. They can rest in peace. In the cool light of morning, the river slowly comes to life. Angel and his father still sleep soundly. Perhaps in their dreams, they're exploring the spirit world. But soon they too begin to stir. Other creatures wake with them. The pygmy marmosets seem to be moving in unison with the people. All along the riverbank, life is stirring. Great colonies of heron and anhinga are beginning the daily struggle to find food for their young. Some are already back from their first early morning fishing trips and regurgitate food for their rapidly growing and rather eager chicks. The river below the colony is the source of all life. For the shaman and his son, the day begins with a wash in the great Rio Napo. And in the trees above, another family's grooming rituals are underway. Hygiene is important to everyone, but this social grooming also serves to strengthen the bonds between members of the clan. The pygmy marmoset is the smallest primate in Ecuador. They're shy and secretive, and very little is known about them. Their strange behavior, such as beating the tree trunks, remain inexplicable, and it is perhaps this mystery that has given them their evil, sprightly reputation. The forest gremlins regularly gather at favored trees and use their razor-sharp teeth to gouge holes in the bark. They lap up sap as it seeps through the wound. Plants are the source of food for all life in the forest. While the marmosets feed high in the canopy, leafcutter ants work tirelessly on the forest floor. There may be as many as 5 million ants in each colony. The workers form great chains through the forest to collect leaves which they march back to the nest. The neatly cut segments of leaf will be used underground to grow fungi on which the colony can feed. The ants are not the only ones to exploit plants. Venancio leads Angel into a clearing to show him some of the botanical ingredients that have been used by shaman in their potions for thousands of years. For Angel, like any teenager, it is easy to find distractions, and in the rainforest there are always little dramas unfolding. Everywhere animals are hard at work, providing for their families. Yellow-tufted woodpeckers are sociable birds that nest together in family groups. Young birds from previous clutches stay to help their parents raise the new chicks. They flash their wings and squawk to one another in a display of allegiance. The colony's antics are watched by one of the most colourful characters in the canopy, the araucari. The charismatic toucan is also a tree nester, but lacks the woodpecker's hole-boring equipment. Instead, it steals one of the woodpecker's desirable properties. If the hole isn't quite what they were looking for, they're quite capable of making some minor home improvements themselves. Their brightly coloured beaks are hollow and lightweight, made more for decoration than manual labour. Everywhere he looks, Angel sees new and colourful creatures, but he wonders if he will ever see any of the great spirits of Quechua legend. Venancio has seen something. A spotted coat slips between the shadows. Could this be the Lord of the Forest? This time the delicate patterned fur belongs to an ocelot, the jaguar's smaller cousin. The ocelot's fur is among the most beautiful in the animal kingdom, The species has been heavily threatened by hunting for its pelt, but it has always been respected by the local people. Because of centuries of persecution, the ocelot is shy and secretive. Finding this one enjoying a recent kill gives a rare and privileged view of one of Ecuador's most beautiful animals. Angel is beginning to realize that the wonders of the jungle are never-ending. The numbers of plants and animals here are almost beyond comprehension. From the stealthy, powerful ocelot to the tiny but lightning-fast hummingbird. Like flying jewels, around 200 species of hummingbird live in Ecuador. But there's still no sign of the elusive, legendary crimson topaz. On his return to the canoe, Venancio gathers fresh supplies of ayahuasca vines for his meditations. He will teach his son to use the countless ingredients that the forest can provide. They continue upstream, where they hope to finally fulfill their goal and locate the flame bird. From the river, they catch sight of an extraordinary bird, a relic of the time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. The adult birds are foraging in the canopy, leaving their prehistoric-looking youngsters unguarded at the nest. As though in a biblical recreation, a serpent slips through the ancient paradise, on the lookout for any easy meal. Instinctively, the young bird fans its wings in an attempt to scare its attacker. But the tree boa seems unfazed and presses on in its attack. But this youngster has another trick up its sleeve. As soon as the danger has passed, a bedraggled chick drags itself from the water. This is the huatzin, a primitive bird with many unique features left over from a bygone era. The chick has lizard-like claws on its wings that it can use to climb with confidence through the branches. Its anxious mother watches nervously from a higher branch. After a brief rest, and encouraged by its mother, the young huatzin courageously clambers up towards its nest. It's a long and tiring struggle. Both parents play a role in bringing up the baby, but for now there's nothing they can do to help it, other than offer encouragement. It will have to make the journey on its own. The mother rewards its efforts by regurgitating a mush of part-digested leaves. Huatzins are remarkably similar to the first birds that evolved some 150 million years ago. But unlike those early birds, they have complex stomachs, more like those of plant-eating mammals. Sometimes called stink birds because of their strong, unpleasant smell, the huatzin are poor flyers, flapping clumsily from one tree to the next. They must resemble the very first feathered dinosaurs that took to the air 100 million years before even the great Andes rose from their rocky bed. The Hoatzin looks something like a scruffy pheasant, but is in fact more closely related to cuckoos. Unusually among birds, it lives almost entirely on leaves and needs a big stomach to process this low nutritional diet. It is basically a big fermentation chamber on scrawny wings. Its hard-to-digest menu helps to explain its foul stench. A window on the past, a bizarre but fascinating addition to the Amazon's fauna. Angel and his father must press on, further and further into the heart of the forest, if they're to complete their mission. They see giant caiman lurking in the shallows, another relic from the age of the dinosaurs. The huge reptiles are the Amazon's equivalent of crocodiles. Each one can reach an impressive 6 meters in length. Venancio has guided them to an area where he knows the topaz has recently been sighted. If they're to catch a glimpse of this elusive bird, this site will be their best bet. It would seem that they're not the only ones to land on this quiet shore. In fact, it appears to be an idyllic wildlife haven. Near the bank, Venancio spots a serpent in the leaf litter. Not a huge anaconda this time, but a boa constrictor. He catches the snake to give Angel the rare chance to see it up close. The boa constrictor prefers to tackle slightly smaller prey than its giant cousin, favoring rodents or small birds. But it kills in the same way, hugging its victim to death with its powerful body. The reptile seems to enter a trance-like state in the shaman's hands, allowing a closer inspection. Suddenly, a metallic flash of color catches his eyes. This is the flame bird, the crimson topaz. The men look on in wonder. To them, it has almost mythical status. It's like looking at a unicorn. The crimson topaz is one of the most elaborate hummingbirds. With an elegant forked tail and wrapped in decadent gold and red plumage, it sparkles in the sunlight. The crimson topaz is one of the rarest sights in the Ecuadorian forest. To the Quichua, this enigmatic bird is believed to have brought the first flames down from the heavens and given them to man. It is one of the most revered spirits of the jungle. To meet this bird marks a transition for young Angel into the mysterious world of shamanism. To the Quichua, seeing this bird symbolizes the boy's acceptance by the spirits of the forest. Satisfied that their pilgrimage has been blessed, the two men begin making their way back along the river. There is just one more very special place that Venancio wants to take his son. In this magical place, the animals seem to bask in an air of contentment, unconcerned by the human passers-by. Butterflies skip daintily around the basking turtles. But suddenly the tranquility is shattered by river wolves. Although known locally as wolves, the tormentors are in fact giant otters. The sleek torpedo-like hunters are the top predators of the waterways. Hatchetfish boil at the surface in an attempt to escape the jaws of the lithe hunters. The largest member of the otter family, the giant otter can reach nearly 2 meters in length. This magnificent hunter was once a common sight in Ecuador, but hunting for fur has greatly reduced its population. Thankfully, the respect of local people for their animal kin has protected this powerful lord of the river, and moving in family groups, it continues to haunt the murky waters of the Rio Napo. The men have arrived at their final destination. There is a welcoming committee of squirrel monkeys waiting to greet them. Millions of species of plants and animals live in Ecuador, and with a new awareness, Angel marvels at their staggering diversity. From the basilisk, a dragon from a long-lost time, to giant hairy tarantulas, creatures more suited to the realm of science fiction than fact, the forest brims with the weird and exotic. It feels as though animals are drawn from their cover by the presence of the shaman. Wherever the witch doctor goes, the forest reveals more of its secrets. The pair are surprised by the appearance of a duraculi, a night monkey. This secretive species is nocturnal and very rarely seen. It is usually one of the jungle's most elusive primates. The duraculi's distinctive face and big staring eyes have given it the nickname owl monkey. It is a gentle plant eater and one of the forest's more sensitive spirits. As they wander through the forest, Venancio points out some of the Amazon's vast collection of insects, such as the metallic sap-sucking diacta, or leaf-footed beetle, glistening like a jewel against the leaves. Jungle creepy crawlies seem to come in every shape and color. It's estimated that the Amazon has around 10 million different kinds of insects. They make up 75% of all animals in the world. There are over 2,000 species of butterfly alone that grace the forest with their dazzling wings. The men have arrived. There is a mysterious tension in the air as they push through the dense undergrowth. Venancio reveals that this is an ancient holy place, used by countless generations to pay homage to the spirits of the wild. The rock art bears testimony to the Shaman and their forefathers, who have worshipped here for millennia. The atmosphere is electric, but Venancio senses that they're not alone. He can feel the presence of another spirit, something lurking in the shadows and moving closer. With gun raised, they move forward to investigate. The Jaguar. It is an awesome experience to finally see this majestic lord of the forest. It is hard to tell who is watching who. Out of respect for this great spiritual being, they move away, enlightened by the meeting and ready to return home, fulfilled. The great cat watches over their departure. Few people will ever see the jaguar in its natural realm. The experience is to have a profound effect on Angel. To the Quichua, a sighting like this is an omen, a blessing. As they move back through the holy place, the rock art again catches their eyes. As Angel stares, the images seem to change, morphing to reveal the animal spirits. The quest is complete. It is time to go. The encounter with the jaguar has been a spiritual calling to Angel. It's as though the great cat has left something of itself in the boy's psyche, a wildness that will always connect him to the wonders of the forest. It may be a sign that he has the special skills needed to become a great shaman, like his father before him, a Yachak, a jaguar man. And as for the jaguar, it will watch over the animals and people of Ecuador, as it has for millions of years, a lord of the jungle and protector of the forest, a guardian of all life, and a spiritual part of the Jaguar man.